All right, everyone, we are live. Welcome. Let me see. Let me wait for some people to get on. Let me see. I'm gonna check my email because I think I just seen an email come through. So as you all come in, let me know where you watching from. We haven't been here in a while. I was not feeling well. I got my teeth pulled, and then after I got my teeth pulled, I had a little sickness going on. No COVID, but definitely had a sickness going on. I don't know if it was the weather or what. I don't know, but I definitely was not feeling well. And when they pulled my teeth, I had got my teeth pulled. I got two of them. How you doing, Griff? When they pulled my teeth, the dentist or the oral surgeon had really messed up my gums. Like I don't know if anyone. Well, I'm sure some people on here got that teeth pulled before, but when they pulled my tooth, honestly, the extraction site is not what hurt. It was my gums. My gums were ripped because he had. I remember, he was in there. He had stitched my mouth up, and I didn't think nothing of it. But no, he ripped my gums. My gums were ripped, so I was in a lot of pain. I really couldn't really talk. I was in some serious pain. I'm a little bit better. I'm a lot better now compared to how I was feeling, and I just had a lot of things going on. But everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing, Griff? Let's see. I like standing. No, I won't sit down today though. I won't keep it down. Rika is from Holston Agency from Alabama. Alabama. Denise, how you doing? And I appreciate everyone that did send. I seen some emails today because some of the emails are going to my spam, so I need to fix that stuff. But I appreciate everyone who said their prayers to me because honestly, it did mean a lot to me because I really was feeling down, like down and out, down and out, down and out. Who's this? How you doing, Chris? Oh, I'm doing a lot better. I'm a lot better. I'm a whole lot better. Marilyn, how you doing, Lisa? You from my hometown? Thank you, Miss Rika. If I said your name right. We got Houston. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's get started. So, guys, I know you all gonna be the ones who make the live. Um, yeah, Sydney, it was bad. I was out of there. I was out of there, and it's funny because sometimes we be trying to still keep working, keep pushing. No, I literally was like, I think I took like a week or so, and I was like, I can't do any. I'm not doing anything. Like I really had to lay down and sleep the whole entire day. And that kind of threw me off. But hold on a second. Let me fix my lighting real quick, guys. Let me fix my light. Oh, how y'all doing? All right, let me put this chair up. And matter of fact, I think someone had asked me for the link. So let me provide that link to them real fast. Probably need to update the email. That's why they didn't get it. But where y'all at in y'all stage of y'all notary business? Oh, thank you, Griff. That means a lot. That $5 go a long way. That goes a long way. But thank you. Let me see, Miss Pamela. I'll help you out, Miss Pamela. I don't know why. Oh, you know what? I know why. All right, there she go. All right. Make sure I'm just checking these notifications. All right, let's see. Let's see. Um, Dang, Memphis, Tennessee, not a notary, but would love to become one. Well, the first step is to apply. You can go to the National Notary Association.org, and that will be the very first step for you to become a notary. I always tell people check the qualifications to see what you can do as a notary in your state before you go up and apply. Because in some states they have restrictions, and I would hate for someone to get started and it's a whole lot of restrictions. Even though some of the restrictions really don't stop you from making money, but it's some of these states, do have restrictions. Let's see. I love watching. This is the first live. Well, thank you, Miss Vonnie. Oh, and Thomasina, how you doing? I watch your videos. I watch your videos. I watch your videos. Kiss, kiss. Hi, Deshauna. How you doing? Long time no see. Here, Mrs. Sydney. I just linked a strategic partnership deal with a black-owned branding agency to trademark all. Nice, nice. Deshauna, how are you? All right, so we're gonna get into this. So, what I really want to talk about today is general notary work. Anybody that knows me know that I am a advocate of general notary work. Basically, when you're just traveling, notarizing documents that people need notarized. I believe, not only believe, but I know that should be the foundation of your business, of your notary business. If you're going to start a notary business on here, anybody on here that's going to start a notary business, honestly, general notary work should be your foundation, and all the other services can be extra services that you just add, that you build upon general notary work. And that I'm a firm believer of it. Um, yeah, general notary work is where it's at. And a lot of people do tend to oh, we got a lot of Houston folks on here. A lot of people do tend to just skip over that because I know we all have some of us have shiny object syndrome is what they call it, where you see the loan signings, you like, oh, I can make $100 some, $200. I can just go direct and boom, that's it. But you know what? To me, anything that someone else runs or someone else can really controls your future, you don't really want to participate. You don't want to have all your eggs over there. You want to make sure you have a foundation that you can always fall back on, because there may be a situation where the title company might get new management and they be like, well, we're going to go a different route. We're going to not going to use in-house notary, or we're not going to do this no more. We're going to go use the signing company and use only their notaries. But if you have your foundation right, your general notary work, it probably won't even bother you, because you know what you're going to think. I got my own clients anyway, and that is the goal with general notary work. You can build your own clientele, and that's kind of like what I want to talk about is general notary work, marketing general notary work, specifically not really executing the job. But I definitely want to go in different ways on how you can market general notary work services. So Deshauna, am I saying your name right? Deshaun, I in like literally, even though your picture not up here, I could see your face like in my head right now. Is it Deshauna? Deshana? All right. So let's get into general notary work. So the best way, the first thing that you should always set up with general notary work is set up your stuff online first. Before you go out there and start walking the streets, handing out your cards, talking to all these people, establish yourself online first for general notary work. That is the very first thing, because a lot of general notary work comes from online. It comes from people looking for a notary. Word of mouth is good, but I tell people set up your online presence first. So with that being said, go ahead and create your business Facebook pages. Um, Take advantage of the free directories that they have online. So not everything you're going to see an immediate return. That's another thing. So and some other the free directories is like Google My Business. You can go on Yelp. Now, at the very beginning, guys, there's no need for anyone to be paying for no ads or anything of that nature At the beginning. At the beginning, we don't need to be paying for none of that. What we want to do is get ourselves established online. Google My Business, Yelp, yellowpages.com or whitepages.com. What else is out there? There's so many directories. Any like online notary directory I would join. Like 123 Notary. I would definitely join them. Any directory that you can list yourself online, I would absolutely do it. Even if it's not something that you feel like is going to bring signings, if it is a public site and it draws traffic, I will place myself on there. So that way you could build your online presence so that way people can start finding you. Now that's just the basics. Let's see what's he's saying. I feel like if middlemen are driving down the pay for loan signings, this is bringing more value to general work. Absolutely. And to be honest, a lot of times the middleman, where they find their stuff, their people at, they find them at online. They build their online presence on top of networking. I'm doing great. My general notary work has picked up. All right. So, Google My Business. A website is very important to have. When you first starting off, you can start off with the Google My Business website, but I always tell people eventually just start branching out into getting your website that you actually own, that's yours. So there's different ways how you can get a website done. You can do GoDaddy to have a website builder. You can go Wix. You can do Squarespace. You once you get a little savvy, you can do WordPress. Purchase your domain from like GoDaddy.com or Namecheap.com and start creating your website. Now, if you're not good at that, don't even bother. You can get someone else to just get someone else to create your website, and then you can just pay to start adding things on. The website thing could be a little complicated, but definitely you are going to need a website if you're going to be doing general notary work. And make sure on that website you have a contact form on there. You have a way that people can actually submit requests to you. Because to be honest, not everybody wants to call. Sometimes people will email you for assignments. So that's one thing you will make sure on your website. You have a contact us page where at least they can call you, but also they can submit their information to you and you can collect their email address and maybe you can further market to them. Because just because you're not able to help someone at the moment don't mean you can't help them in the future. Because sometimes people need a notary all the time. You just never know. Let's see. So how many people on here actually do general notary work? Because I know a lot of people like they just skip over it. Like when I talk about general notary work, people be looking at me like I don't know. They're not doing it. Let's see. Because I want to say like 2 weeks ago we did a Google My Business little training session, and it went pretty well. Let's see. Maybe we can go over it a little bit. Me, I do. Yeah, look, general notary work is where it's at. Like to be honest, you can really build your own clientele with general notary. On general notary work. Like you can literally build your own clientele. I'm new to notary and doing general notary work. And also to be honest, I believe in starting with it. And I'm gonna tell you why is because general notary work is a lot less work. Like, I mean, it's work to set up, but as far as like the assignments, there is a lot less. Like you're not stressing about when the documents are going to come. You're not stressing about when they're going to pay you because you call the shots on when you're getting paid. You know, if you tell somebody they can pay you later, that's on you. Some people be nice and doing all that. No, you take payments up front with general notary work. You don't have to wait on nobody paying you or anything like that. Miss Raquel, how you doing, Miss Raquel? Who's this? Oh, my bad. I got my phone right here. I'm just starting my general notary work. I started with loan signings, and it's all right. You know, Raquel, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when I first started the business, I'm completely honest and transparent. Like I started with loan signings. Exactly. That's exactly what I did. I told this story probably a million times. Someone called me for general notary work. I told them to go to the bank. You know what I'm saying? I was on some, I had the energy of, how could I say it? I'm like too good to be doing that. That's how I felt, but then, I started realizing I was missing out on a lot of money. I was missing out on a lot of money because people were calling me, and to be honest, a lot of people just was finding me on from a directory, um, on the Texas Secretary of State website. It was some people go on there just looking for notaries to call, um, and I would just turn it down. And once when I was like, you know what, I can do this, I can make money. And to be honest, on general notary work, like there are days that I have made maybe $500 just in one day. Hell, my bad for the language, but um, maybe within 3 to 4 hours, maybe 5 or 6. A little bit, maybe a little bit more than that. I can make $1,000 with general notary work and doing loan signings. Because I had one time I had someone shadowing me, and I mean, really, they was only going to be there with the signing, but we was in my car, and I was like, I had got 2 phone calls, and I was like, okay, um, we about to do this general notary work real quick. Met him at the Starbucks. Charged him $60 because he did have a lot going on over there, and plus the travel fee. And then after that, I had another signing, and then when I got the other signing, I had another call, and went to that. And to be honest, a lot of people do not do general notary work, and I'm not sure why. I guess they don't see the return on the value. Oh, it seems like somebody is outside. All right, Thomasina, it is stress free. I'm new to general notary work. Ooh, Bonnie. Sid. Okay, guys, I'm going in order on these questions, so just give me a second. Uh, I'm make sure I didn't skip nobody. So if I ever skip you, just let me know. I'm newly commissioned. I had my first general notary work appointment creating my website as I watch you. Congratulations, Miss Vonnie. Let me know how it go. Now, one thing too about general notary work, just to speak on, I do talk about marketing, but just to speak on, not only before marketing, but the foundation with general notary work, honestly, it is so important for you to know your laws when it comes to general notary work and understand your laws. That is key to executing general notary work. Some people get nervous because you receive a phone call and you don't know what to do. Like you really do not know what to do. You don't know how to execute that act. You don't know how you should use your stamp. And with general notary work, it is very important for you to know your laws because a lot of times people will try you in a way. Like people will actually, I'm not going to say try, but people will take advantage of you in general notary work. Because to be honest, I just feel like a lot of people don't respect the role of what a notary is. So they use you trying to take advantage, and especially family guys. So before you even start marketing, make sure you know and understand your laws. Because sometimes you're not always going to be able to contact somebody that can help you out. Now, if you are an NNA member, you can call that hotline and they will be able to assist you with somebody else's request. But to be honest, with general notary work, it is very important for you to know and understand your laws. Especially how to identify people. Make sure that you know how you can identify people because each state is different. Some states you can identify people with an expired license. Some of them you can't. So it is very important for you to know that and make sure you stay updated on your laws. I'm interested in general notary work. Mr. Willie, I'm a new notary and I have not started yet, but I'm getting out there next week. Any suggestions? Get online. Um, Miss Miranda, tell me what state you're from, but definitely get online, Miss Miranda. Um, get online first. Get online. Start putting your business out there. After you put your business out there, make sure you understand your laws. I always tell people to purchase the primers from the National Notary Association. It gives you a good overview of the laws, and I don't know if anybody ever read laws, but some of that language could be a little too much. But the NNA primers, they just get straight to the point with what the law is. Hey, Miss Raquel again. What are you teaching in Houston class? I might send my cousin. So in my Houston class, what I teach, for anyone here that's here right now, I have a live class that I'm going to be teaching in Houston. In the Houston class, I do actually go over general notary work, and I also teach about loan signing. So I'm going to go over like marketing, how to market your business. I do go over some of the basic notarial laws, how to execute the loan signings. I'm very big on teaching people how to take control of their signings and get out of these signings at least within the hour, so we're not here all day, because time is money. We don't need to be spending 3 or 4 hours with people because we can't get no more appointments if we spend too much time at the closing table. Um, Man, to be honest, I go over a lot in the class. Let me see. I'm gonna put up the link. Thanks for asking, Mrs. Sid. But the class is actually gonna be September 18th. Let me make sure. It's actually gonna be in Houston at the MJ Training Center. Now I'm not from Houston, guys, so I really couldn't tell you what part that is for all my people on here that's from Houston. Let's see. All right. And drink some water. Oof. I thought I had the address on here. I do. So it's at the Northeast Training Center. It's on Homestead Street, I believe, or something. Hopefully that helped. Ms. Raquel, I just set up my Google business page. Awesome. Did you watch my video? Was you here like 2 weeks ago? I did a video on the Google My Business page. I went over like how to like set it up and different ways to optimize your Google business page besides just reviews. And I want to speak about the Google business page. And this goes back into like another thing with marketing your business. So on your Google business page and all the other platforms that you have, you want to make sure that you are consistent with your business name and who you are. Because I see a lot of cases where people go by, I don't know, they have like different business names everywhere. And to be honest, if you want to start ranking on Google, you have to be consistent across the board with your name. So let's see. Did someone put their business, somebody like Griffin, right? Griffin Notary Service LLC. Now, if I look up Griffin Notary Services LLC, his Google business page should say Griffin Notary Services LLC. Um, Not Griffin Notary, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure that you are consistent across the board with your business name everywhere. Facebook, Instagram. Well, not Instagram, not really a big deal because people be taking names, but you do want to make sure you are consistent with whatever your business name is. Oh, I got a text message. Hold on 1 second. I got somebody walking past my window too. Shit. Griff, can you send that on Instagram? Because I didn't get it. All right. Back to what I was saying. So with your business page, guys, you want to make sure that you are consistent across the board with your business name. So that way you can so it can get you to rank on the front page of Google. Because if you're inconsistent, to be honest, Google might see you as spam or they really can't match you correctly. Let's see. I plateaued with loan signings for signing services. I pulled back and start putting more effort into general notary work. Absolutely. It ain't nothing wrong with that because to be honest, general notary work I think a lot of people look at it just little basic documents. You can get people calling you for loan signings where you're going to receive loan signings directly. 100%. And I believe in setting your business up to receive, generate your own leads of people calling you. I want people to be generating so much leads, so many leads to where so you might need an assistant to answer your phone. That should be the goal right there. Nakima, oh, California. How was it in California? How was it over there? Matter of fact, because another thing with general notary work, guys. I just think about like Dallas. I know like some of the big cities in Texas. To be honest, traveling is a lot. And I watched these makeup videos, and there was a woman named Jackie, and she talks about the traffic in California is so bad. She said it could take 30, 40 minutes just to get across town. So how is it over there? Let's see. I made $145 on Sunday, 5 pages or less. 5 pages, less than 15 minutes, charge for travel and admin fee. No printing, no scan backs, no shipping. Easy breezy. Right. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Oh, see, look, and that's the joy of general notary work. And that was 15 minutes. That was literally 15 minutes. And who's to say you ain't have another call after that? Texas, Demetria Shekels, Louisville, Kentucky. I don't have the accent though. Houston, are you doing another video on Google My Business? I need help with that. Um, Another video. I have some more information on it. I don't know about another video. I can try to. The thing is about the Google My Business, it's like maybe I do a class or something. I could do like a mini small class, like with a small little fee, getting people together, like a workshop or something where we're going to walk through and set up the Google business. Um, I think we could do something like that. What y'all think? Who would want that? That's something I could do. I could do that. I could definitely do something like that. I love Google. Only prereq though, you would definitely have to at least have start your Google business. I'm gonna announce yourself, Griffin, in a second. Oh, okay. We got a few stuff. Miranda, how much? Oh, the what's today? Oh, today the 19th. So, oh man, hold on. I'm done skipping all these questions. Hold on. So the training class is $297. Tomorrow's the 20th, so it will be going up to $397. That's only because I have to order these workbooks. And if you want your workbook in time for the class, I highly suggest that you get in before tomorrow so that way you can have your stuff. Oh, let me show you my workbook. And since Miss Alicia is here, I'm going um damn. All right, there you go, Miss Alicia. Oh man, hold on, let me get the workbook. I had to organize my office space over here. I want to show you the new workbooks, Miss Alicia. Because Miss Alicia actually you attended my first class, my first training, and I wanted to show you. I can We got some new books now. These are the new ones, and it's more information in here now. These are the new books that I made. So I just wanted to show that because she was in the very first one. I have not set up my Google My Business yet. Griff, really? We gonna we gonna get you together, Griff. We're gonna get you together. We're gonna get you together. All right. Um, yes, I need some help. Oh, I got to put one together, guys. All right, I got y'all. I got y'all. JZ JRZ Notary Service, okay? Yeah. Who's this? How you say your first name? Yeah. Well, you know what? Another thing too, guys, when you're choosing your business name, you want your, but you do. Alicia, I'm about to answer your question too because I see it up there. Um, you want to make sure your business name is clear. So your business name is clear. It's notary service. I know that you offer notary services. Let's see. Alicia said, "How does an LLC support a notary business compared to having an E&O?" Miss Alicia, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I understand that question. How does the LLC support? So E&O is the insurance. So that's why I'm not. I don't think I understand. Maybe you could type it again. Texas. I'm in Texas too, guys. I'm in Central Dallas, Red Oak. I don't know where that's at. Um, in New Jersey, it's hard as a notary, 250 per item. Um, in New Jersey, I don't think there's no restrictions on the travel fee over there, if I'm not mistaken, Ms. Liz. That's how people make the money. No one's traveling for $5, okay? Well, I hope they're not. I hope they're not. You know, even if you're no one's traveling for $5. Period point blank. We not traveling. We're not traveling. Kimberly Taylor. Kimberly, do you have another name? Mackenzie? Is that one? I love my workbook. It's been so helpful. Oh, you're welcome, Alicia. I got a new one now. I have to mail it. I have to email it because I actually have it digital too. And the new one is digital. Yes, you can. I'm trying to get all my stuff together. I've been noticing that a lot of the emails, so some of the students been emailing, but it been going to the spam. So probably between today and tomorrow, I'm going to spend time replying back to those emails. Miss Kimberly, I'm gonna be honest with you. The best way right now, let me send you. Are you a student, Miss Kimberly? All right, we got Mashawn Hall, Little Rock. Oh yeah, you did this sign up. Um, I do remember you. I seen it 2 days ago, I think. Well, welcome. Yes, I have King folks and loved ones in Red Oaks. Okay, y'all having a whole conversation over there. I'm waiting for the postcard. All right, okay, okay. Do you recommend signing up to do apostle work as well? What state does she? What state are you in? Oh, Little Rock. So, what I recommend for you in apostille work is, how can I put this? I recommend you setting yourself up to do apostille work because that work will slowly come in. It's not going to be like once you sign up, everybody calling you type of energy. You know, it's not going to be one of that. It's going to be one of those things that set it up, build it, do a little marketing, and they will come. But do it on top of the foundation, and that's general notary work. Hopefully that answered your question, Miss Michonne. I got some new things coming out, guys. Like I really, really do. It's just a lot going on my plate, you know. But now I'm learning to take things off of the plate and focus on what's important so that I can better help everyone. Because I took on too much. I took on too many people and too many things. So now I have to figure out how I can um better serve people, you know. Arkansas. I'm in San Antonio. Oh, what part? My mom lives in San Antonio, Boulevardy or something, I want to say. There's no restriction. Thank you, Mr. Ross. There, so someone on here was in New Jersey. They said there is no restriction in New Jersey for travel. You just have to stay upfront and have it agreed upon. Absolutely, and that's how it is in most of the states where you can charge for the travel fee. One state in my mind, I know off top of my mind, that cannot charge a travel fee is North Carolina. They are very strict with how you charge for notary services, but that does not mean they can still do loan signings over there. Hey Miss, oh man, I know you on Instagram, and I cannot say your name. Is it Kamalita or Kamaleta? I gotta see some of y'all in person, I think, because I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes when I see pictures and names, I'm not good with it, especially if y'all don't pronounce it. Hey Miss Sharon, how you doing? How's business? I remember our call like a few months ago. I think I have to sign up to be a student again. When did you sign up? I will check your stuff. What is this that popping up on my screen? Oh, okay. I understand. Thank you for explaining. No problem. Hello everyone. I'm late to the party. We just getting started. You have to triage, Rashawn. Yeah, I do. I just signed up for the YouTube. All right, Miss Kimberly. I'll get you. I'll help you out. Liv, thank you for all the information. I'm brand new to this and really could use any pointers. So, where are you at, Miss Liv? Are you already a notary? Um, if you're already a notary, let me know. Let me tell me what stage you're at in your business right now. All right, there. I put the link in the chat for the class. Miss Miranda, 2019. I could look at your stuff. I can look at your stuff, guys. I actually kind of missed y'all. I have not been on here. I have not been live. Sometimes I be feeling like, do I gotta have a reason to be live? Oh, hi, Miss Moses too. I did see your comment. I'm sorry. Um, I'm just gonna write your name down. I'm just gonna write the last name because I do. All right. Are you familiar with Kentucky Notary? Yeah, John Holder. Yes, I am. Are you asking about John Holder or are you asking about being a Kentucky Notary? My bad. My bad. I live in New Jersey already and on stage one. So you're already a notary and you're trying to figure out like how to get the business? Is that what we're asking? So I always tell people, um, I'm an advocate of doing general notary work, going out there and getting things notarized. So the first thing I always tell people, understand your state laws. After you can, and after you understand your state laws, normally you could take a class. You can even take a class for your state laws. I personally do not go over any state specific laws. Well, I do a little bit for Texas, but not really because it's every state is different. Your state may actually have some information. Your state may have some information for you on that, or you can just go to the NNA to get information on your state laws. After you get information on your state laws, um, focus on understanding those laws, executing. The biggest things you want to understand, really, to be honest with you, is the different type of notarial acts, how to identify the signers, um, ways that you can identify the signers. Um, what else? Knowing what you could charge, your state fees. Those are like the primary things that you really want to focus on. I mean, it's other things, but those are the primary things that you want to focus on because those things right there can never steer you wrong, Miss Liv. After you know and understand those concepts, then you can start going out there and doing the work. So if you want to do loan signings, you will need an extra background check for that, and you can go to the National Notary Association to do that. Um, Before I forget, Mr. Griff, anybody on here know what we call him? Uncle Griff with Griffin Notary Services. He's doing a get together for the men. All right, let me pull up this link. Hold on. All right, hold on. All right, let's see. Is this Roberta the saying, hey, Shawnee? I don't know who that is. I can't see. But hey. uh I'm a new I'm valid, I'm a notary. Is this valid from Maryland? No, this is M&S Mobile Notary. I'm a I'm a notary. I do a lot of general notary work, long signings, far in between. Hey, Crystal. Crystal, you be having fun in Austin. I've never seen those places that you be going to. You be having fun, ma'am. Let's see. I want to answer this question though real quick before I pull up Griff's thing. Is the NNA place the only place to get the Texas primer? I think Amazon, but to be honest, I just go to the NNA. I don't know. It's just that's the only trusted place I know to get the primer. To answer your question, um, Miss Pamela, I just emailed you. Yes, did I say your name right? I believe it's Miss Pamela. Hey, Miss Sandy, Miss Howell, Sandrone, being the Kentucky notary. Um, to be honest, what I teach is strategies and the foundation that you can apply. Doesn't matter what state you're in. Um, with getting general notary work, that's me. That's what I teach. So it doesn't really matter what state you're in. Oh, here, thanks, Mrs. Sydney. Went to oath and went not to oath. Yeah, back to notarial acts. Oh, from Round Rock. Miss Sandy, I never seen you in my classes. I was having classes out there. Love Mr. Griff. All right, so Griff, congratulations, Miss Pam. So Griff is having a notary. Let me make sure this online. An online notary meetup for men. I don't think I don't think we're invited, ladies. Man, let me share this screen. I don't think we're invited. Can y'all see that? Because it's real tiny to me. Let me zoom in on this. All right. Notary men get together, just a time to talk. Family, business, and anything else on your heart, open to all men of all ages. Yeah, ladies, I don't think this is for us, but um, I'm always here to support our brothers as much as possible. So this is a chat with the notary men. Griff is a very advocate for men, to be honest. Ever since I met him, this is something that he has always talked about is getting the men together. And a lot of times I really don't see a lot of men in this space. And even if they are, I don't think there's no safe space for the men to get together. Like there's a whole bunch of woman spaces, but there's not a lot of men and a lot of safe spaces for the men. So Griff is hosting his first get together. Um, so if you're interested, let me put the link in the thing. Hold up. So this is the link for Griff for all the males, ladies. If y'all want to sign up, I'll say sign up. The worst he'll do is kick us out. The worst he would do is kick us out. Did y'all get the link? Let me know because it's an error right here. So if you're watching from Facebook, it probably will not post the link if you're on Facebook right now. Let me see. Am I on the Facebook page? I am. Okay. So that is the link for Griff. Oh, Griff, did I use? Oh, it's your second one? My bad. My bad, Griff. Griff, did you want to come on and talk about your event? Sis had happy to put men on game. Well, Sid, you need to talk to Griff. That's what he do. Here, Griff. I want to email you. I don't know if you can come on or not. Oh. Yeah, because this is my first time kind of seeing it a little bit. I'll be honest, guys. I think I've been out the loop a little bit, so I have not been seeing certain things. But anybody that do know me, like honestly, what I've really been doing is I try not to spend a lot of time on social media. Um, and that's only because I really believe in staying focused. I got you, Sid. Somebody made a mad face. Who was that? No. No. I mean, if I skip the questions, hold on, guys. I gotta get back. All right, Griff, I just emailed you. I'm gonna wait for you to come on. Um, oh, let me move my phone because this is definitely in the way. Let me see things. All right. So yes. Okay, Griff, I emailed you. Yes, ma'am. Come turn up with me. Finally took the loan signing agent exam, did my background check. Crystal, we gonna get you together because I know, be you living your life, ma'am. We gonna get you right. We gonna get you right. Round Rock, they were stuck in traffic. That's why you didn't see them. Don't do them. Don't do them like that, Mr. Sydney. And who's this? Somebody said they used to live in Central Texas. Guys, I apologize if I miss your comments because sometimes I do scroll pretty fast and then I end up missing it. Miss Kimberly said, "Is your training just for the state of Texas?" No, ma'am. Anyone is welcome to come. Open to all. Oh, Miss Pamela said, "I used to live in Central Texas some moons ago." And you know what? Mr. Sidney do know a lot too. He had put me on some information. All right, let me see. Griff said, "Give him 5 minutes." Question: I got work for the first time from SnapDocs. I could not take the job. I could not take the job until they reached back out. See, SnapDocs is cool. I feel like SnapDocs is amazing only because I feel like it gives anybody brand new that opportunity, that first chance. I just don't like the flow of that. You can, let's say, for example, you say yes to an assignment, right? And the signing company or whoever, whatever company it is, they'll approve you, but you won't really know if you're approved until they go in there and they click approve. And there have been situations like I've seen it, even just like for myself, I've seen it to where as though I'll say I was available, let's say they said the sign was at 6 and they sent that message at 10 in the morning and I said yes, but then they turn around and assign that assignment at 5. Honestly, I done made plans by then, and that's the only thing I don't like about SnapDocs. But I feel like I wish there was a way that they enforce the signing companies to have timelines on, how can I put it, on when they have to assign that assignment to someone, or at least reach out before you just click assign, because I don't know anybody that's just sitting around hoping that they get assigned. Who is this putting all these faces on the Facebook? All right, Miss Miranda, I want to answer your question in a second. I really like have to get down to the bottom of that because I really wonder who's doing that. Oh, okay. Well, Doctor DN Snow, what is this about? Yes, I didn't put the description in there, but I did put the title. But we're actually going to go into the subject about Mr. Griff. He's actually doing a men's meetup. So let me see something real quick. I don't know who that is doing that. It is. Mm. All right, Miss Lavina. 1 second. All right, so let me share the screen for the class information because I know that was a question. Oh, hold on. I'm not sure why I did that. Oh, Miss Sandy. Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, sorry, Miss Sandy. My bad. Hey, Nicole. One day I want to get it right. I want to get it right one day. Miss Bob. I want to get it right one day. Oh, okay. No problems, Miss Sandy. Because sometimes, it be like trolls. So I just had to make sure it wasn't a troll. That's all. People are welcome to feel how they feel, but sometimes I just have to make sure it's not no trolls doing anything funny. All right, Griff, hold on real quick. So I was trying to share the screen, but I don't know what happened. It started blanking and all that. All right. So let me put the link in here one more time. Make sure. So this is the information about the training class. Actually, let me pull up something else. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dang. All right, hold on first. I have to. Man, they every time I get on this computer, everything like I see a new interface or something. I'm just trying to pull up the right one of my right the right landing page real quick. I have like different ones. But I kind of just want to go through everything. So that way I can be here and don't have to worry about redoing it. Do. Griffin, I'm about to bring you on too. I don't know if you can hear me. Um mm, mm. All right, there. Let me see. All right. Oh, my computer moving a little janky. Maybe I got too many windows open. All right. All right, Griff. Let me just bring you on. I'm about to just do my overview. Can you Griff, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Oh,
you can
I
hear
gotta turn my
me?
shit on.
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Griff?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Oh, I had my speaker off, so I couldn't hear you. Because
Oh,
when I
okay.
record when I'm talking, I don't need the speaker on.
Gotcha.
All right, guys. So just to get the questions answered about what's in my class, um, on this particular training, again, here you're gonna learn like just different strategies on really taking your notary business to the next level. This class is not Texas specific; it's just going to be in Texas, Houston specifically. Now, this is everything that you do get with the class. So, one is going to be a live class in person. We will be wearing masks. I don't know where y'all at, but the cases here are going up, and to be honest, I can't afford to be sick. Let's see. Let me zoom in. So, with that training class, I'm going to be helping you with starting your notary business, getting it off the ground. You'll get access to like step by step checklist that I have. I don't can't even see that. There we go. You'll be getting a checklist on different things that you need to do to start your business. I have a website building checklist, just little mini checklists to really get you started. Also, you will be getting a comprehensive workbook, and I kind of showed it earlier. But everyone will get a copy of this workbook for them. This workbook will be yours to keep. You will also get a digital version of this workbook in case you lose it or spill coffee on it or something. And in that workbook, it actually walks you through steps of starting your business. I do go over basic notarial laws in that business. I go over how to market your business, places you can market to, really a solid strategy on actually getting your business off the ground. I also do have online training videos. So for everyone that does attend the class, you actually get the videos prior to attending. You get access to the online training videos where I'm actually going over documents, how to fill them out. I do also have some of the tools. It's kind of reiterating a lot of the things that's in the class, but you get that support afterwards with these online training videos, so you're not just trying to rush and get everything. Get everything. Now you will have 1 year access to all these materials. Well, the workbook you can keep forever, but you have 1 year access to all the training videos. You have access to a collection of mock loan signing documents. You do get access to some step-by-step videos that I have in the training, and any new videos that I add on there. So like I've been working on the Google business, the website videos. I will actually have videos in there. They're not public yet, but I do have videos on there that will walk you through on setting up your own website. Getting you started, very beginner friendly. I will be inserting the videos on there on the Google business page. So I have a lot of different things that's going to be implemented. That's why I have to take things off my plate so that way I could be able to really provide for the students, to be honest, so that way people can really see the results that they want. And you get 1 year access to all of that. Now the tickets are $297. First come, first serve on all of them. Let's see. Now that's the wrong little information right there. Let's see. Yeah, they're $297. Now I'm gonna put this link in here. This is the page you're gonna see. Details. The class is on a Saturday. Someone asked me for the hours. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time in Houston. I do have the virtual training, but to be honest, if I don't have at least like 10 people that sign up, we won't have no virtual training. The virtual training dates are September 6th through the 8th. It's going to be 6, 7, 8, 3-day class from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Private live stream, and you will have access to the replays. But if 10 people don't sign up, that just will get canceled. So that way I can focus more on the students. Now, the virtual training is cheaper. I want to say it's at $197. Yes, at $197. Also with the virtual training too, you get everything that's up here also. So you do get the workbook. It will be a digital version of the workbook. You will get the workbook, and also you will get access to the other previous recorded videos, as everyone else for the virtual training. Now, the sale has been extended to August 20th, which is tomorrow, to sign up for the in-person class, because I do want to make sure that I have to order the workbooks, and I want to make sure that I have them in time for everybody, so everybody can have a workbook in class. Because if I wait after the 20th, it's going to cost a whole lot more for me to get those books delivered and be able to provide it for everybody. So if you are interested, sign up for the class, or for everyone that is interested, and I hope to see you all there. You are more than welcome to sign up using this link right here on post page right here. There we go. To get signed up. Again, I'm only taking 20 people in this class too. That's another thing. Not everybody can be here. Right now I have 17 people. Let me make sure. No, 17. Well, 17 more people can sign up. And that is all for the class. But I look forward to seeing you all. This probably, I'm not sure if I'm doing another one. September, October. Next class, I don't even want to do no class in December because it's gonna be cold. The next class most likely won't be until like January, to be honest. Because I just want to do every quarter or something. So, and hopefully I answered all the questions, Miss Angela. Uh and that's it. Well, I said there was other questions in the chat, but I'm going to have to skip over it because we've been here for an hour, and I want to get to Griff. And no, I don't know about the traveling. I'll think about it. If I'll travel, if there's enough people to go, and I'll travel. But I'm not a fan of traveling, to be honest. But Griff, I want to allow you. Let me see. All right, Griff.
What up? You can hear me? All right,
Oh,
there
you
you
sound
go.
good. You sound clear. So, Griff, let's talk about you. And but before
Well,
you talk about your event, introduce yourself. I know a lot of
yes,
people on
ma'am.
here know you, but let's just introduce
Don't
yourself to the
nobody know me.
people, and then
Don't nobody
oh, a
know
lot of
me.
people do. A lot of
Don't
people
nobody.
do.
All right. Well, I'm Stephen Griffin, and the owner of Griffin Notary Services. As most of you know, I got on YouTube back in November to announce the fact that I was going full time in the business. After had a little conflict with my boss, and he told me I had to decide how much crap I was willing to put up with in order to get a paycheck. So I emailed him the next day and told him 0% and said that I was out. And I just been rolling ever since. Now, granted, I did do a lot of work in the previous from 2018, June 2018, July 2018, up until November 2020 to build the business and to get what's going on, party people, and to get to a point where I knew I could go full time. Um, and as LaShawn so eloquently said, general notary work is the key, because when things are going slow, you get that phone call, hey, can you come down to the hospital and get and do a notary assignment down here? um Somebody, you standing in FedEx getting ready to ship the documents, and all of a sudden somebody walks in and says, hey, can y'all notarize something for me? And all FedEx can want to say is, no, we can't. That's when I'm like, hey, I got you covered, and I go ahead on and knock them out. What's sad also with the general notary work, and I've heard this from a lot of signers, is that when a notary comes to them, they're like, yeah, can you notarize this? And I've heard signers, when I'm doing another refinance with them, say, yeah, the notary said they're not allowed to do notarizations other than just the loan closing. And I'm like, no, they can. They just didn't want to. I just tell
Or
them straight
not,
up.
well, lack of knowledge. A lot of
Lack of knowledge,
lack
you
of
know.
ignorance.
Hmm.
It's really knowledge more than anything.
Hmm. And as LaShawn has said, I've heard many notaries said, I tell them, notaries have said, if they ask me to notarize something at the loan closing, I tell them I'm not authorized to do that. We're forbidden to do that. And I'm like, okay, why? Why are you missing out? I said, you don't know what this person has going on. Just like I went, and I mean, even though it wasn't a general notary work, but when you go and present yourself correctly to people, they will call on you again and again, and you just never know. Just like the other day, I did a signing at the Bank of America. Was it Bank? No, Wells Fargo. And I'm sitting there, and the lady looks at me and says, "I know you." And I'm like, "You do?" She's like, "Yes. You know, you did the notarizations for my best friend at the hospital." I said, "The gentleman who was from FedEx?" She said, "Yes." I said, "How's she doing?" Unfortunately, the lady had passed, and they had an emergency notarization that needed to be done to transfer everything over from her to her husband because her cancer situation deteriorated real quick. But by me doing that, I was there, and the lady recognized me from that, and it gave her a little more sense of comfort that I was doing their loan closing also, because I could tell they was a little tense and everything. So I've made not like thousands of dollars doing general notary work, but I've made some good general notary work money that has been able to pay for my cases of paper and things of that nature. So
And Griff hasn't made the 1,000 because he don't have his Google business page yet. That's why he's a
true.
old school. He's word of mouth a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm word of mouth, but I'm like the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not about to go outside and walk door to door. I'm just gonna go online and leverage the free stuff
No, I
online.
just stand on the corner like some of those people, some of the homeless people. I say, "Hey, Griffin notarized for $5 and everything." But what?
Griff, you're not doing that no more
Nah.
either.
But
Okay.
now I do know how to do the Google My Business because I set my wife's business one up. I just never took time out to do mine and
Okay.
everything, which I have to do. But the general notary work does come in handy, and where I really got going with it was, as everybody know, I had to file bankruptcy several years ago, and I ended up doing the loan closing for my bankruptcy attorney. While I'm sitting there doing the closing with her, she finally recognized me because I wasn't sure she remembered me. We get to talking, and she asked me, she said, "Can you do other notary work?" I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Because my offices are closed now because of COVID, we're working from home. And when we do our estate planning, the people need a notary. Can I send them to you?" I said, "Sure." And I'm also an e-notary. She said, "That's even better." So I've
Mm.
done face to face for her as well as e-notary stuff for her. And she lets me charge whatever I charge. She doesn't. She's like, "Whatever you charge, that's between you and them. I don't care." She's like, "Do what you got to do." So I was like, "Bet." So I take advantage of the general notary work, um, just like I did one the other day last week. For it was an e-notary, just doing a power of attorney. They had it set up for me to do at 2 o'clock in the morning because the gentleman was in Dubai. We wound up doing it at 11 o'clock because he got up earlier, but it was just for $50, $25 prep document prep fee, and then $25 for one e-notary stamp. But that was with a title company, and they needed that power of attorney in order for her to do the real estate closing to sign on his behalf. Without it, it wasn't going to happen. So they found me, I was able to do it, and that may open a door for me to work with this company in the future. And I'm like, all right, cool. So don't get caught up like, well, I wish I could have got the closing. I'm just glad of the connection. You see what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
so, for what I'm doing with the men, just bottom line, there's not, like LaShawn said, there's not a whole lot going on with the men. Men, we tend to, like, do no huddle offense. We just get out there and just execute, and then go to the next one. What's going on, Matherin? I know somebody don't know how to say his name.
I know Matherin.
Well, okay, yeah, after I said it.
I've been practicing.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been practicing because he's been putting himself out there
Yeah, yeah, that's
a
my
lot
man
more.
there.
I've been practicing
So my goal is, I know the ladies get together a lot,
all the
but
time.
sometimes, yeah, the ladies get together all the time. And I think sometimes from a man's perspective, we have different responsibilities, we have different viewpoints, we have different ways that we look at business. Not saying that our way is right, somebody else's way is wrong. It's just different.
How
So,
y'all conduct business too.
right, how we
Mm.
conduct business and things of that nature. So I said, what has helped me out in business prior to becoming a notary was other men sitting down with me and answering questions and giving me a forum where I could say, "Hey, this is what I want to do," or how do I get me and my wife on point together? You know, what kind of way? Because my wife, maybe, like at one point, my wife was really on a W-2 mindset. Now, y'all look at her now, y'all would never think that.
Mm.
But after being married to me, it finally rubbed off. But I had to learn how to be patient. And that's one of the things sometimes men, we don't know how to do, is execute what we're doing, but do it in a patient manner so as we don't run the wife off, because she may be coming around, but if you're so dogmatic about it and you're not paying attention, those are the emotions you need to pay attention to. Pay attention to her emotions instead of you getting emotional, and then you can bring her along, and then you give her an opportunity. You share a little bit, you do what you got to do, and let her see that what you're doing is growing. Not that she has to be a notary with you or whatever business you're doing, but that she can be inspired. And that's the thing. Like for my wife, one of the things that I did, I already had the vision of her starting her own school. probably within the first year or two after she joined, became a school teacher, a cosmetology teacher. So for the next 14 years, I did a whole bunch of planning on her behalf without ever telling her. I went out and did the research on what she needed to have, what equipment she needed, everything. So when the opportunity came, because I believed, I said, one day it's going to touch her and she's going to be like, I need to do this. And when that day came and she was like, okay, what do I need to do? I was like, here you go. I got all your stuff for you. And I helped her to make a smooth transition over into the business. So as a husband, we got to wear many hats, and we can't get so keyed and focused in on running the business that we forget about developing and managing the family. You see,
Absolutely.
so these are things that I like to talk to men about and give them an opportunity to share and discuss, because I mean, as I call it, from the old guys who, my age category, we used to look at the Flintstones, and they had a thing called the Water Buffalo Club where the men used to go and just hang out and talk, and no women were allowed. So that's sort of where I get the
Oh,
concept
I'm
from.
sorry. Say that again. You had what?
The Flintstones had the Water Buffalo Club, and
Oh,
all the
that must
men
be
would get
before me.
together.
I remember the
Oh yeah,
Flintstones.
that was before you. Yeah, it's easy to miss, but they would get together and have little. It was almost like the lodge. The guys would get together. So one of the things I've learned in life is that when I had an opportunity to just sit down and talk with other men, excuse me, bounce ideas off, that helped me out. It allowed me to see whether or not I was just talking out the side of my neck or whether something was actually legit. And if you get around a good group of men who aren't ideal stealers, because that's the key, you don't want to be around a group of men who will sit there and steal all your ideas.
I think, but you know what? The women do that too.
Now, I'm not saying they
The
don't.
woman, the woman is in. Well, I only know women because that's really who I engage with. I mean, I engage
Hmm.
with men too. I have no problem, but
Hmm.
you know, this is what a lot of people do that, and it's like you really do have to be careful about, who you're talking to and what you're disclosing,
Right.
um, to those people, because there's a lot of people out there doing that,
Right.
stealing or borrowing of ideas and acting like it's theirs, and then turn around executing on those. But like honestly, there's not a lot of guys, like, it's funny because a guy mentored me,
Hmm.
a man mentored me, but I never really see a whole bunch of guys just congregating. Like I have male students, and although I help anybody, sometimes I feel like sometimes with me dealing with the males can be a little difficult because sometimes some of them, I be trying to figure out, did they click because they like what they see, or
Hmm. Hmm.
or are they really here for their business? And I
Yeah.
have ran into those issues where one time somebody after even purchased, they had no interest in starting a notary business. Okay, they
Hmm.
definitely just had to get a refund because I'm not sure what kind of entertainment they were looking for, but this wasn't it, you
Right.
know. And
Well, one of the areas that I try to encourage men, I know a lot of fellas want to be hustlers. They see, they look at, like the Jay-Z's and the rappers and all of that. And and you can't go in certain businesses, that hustle mentality, you got to be careful with it, because sometimes that hustle mentality turns into you taking unnecessary shortcuts that can destroy your business and get you in trouble. And I will get phone calls from guys trying to find, shortcut ways of how to do things in the notary business. I'm like, well, there's some things that you just do. There's no shortcut to it. And they're like, oh, I was just trying to see if I could, cut down the system and find a way around. I'm like, sometimes a real good business person, male or female, this is what I learned. They learn how to do stuff correctly. And once you understand how to do stuff correctly and understand the proper foundation for that thing you're doing, then you can understand how you can modify or adjust or make a shortcut that doesn't stop you from doing the core of your business and doesn't interfere with the foundation. Too many people, they will see stuff. They may look at LaShawn's video or my video or anybody else's video and think, oh, I know the notary business. And now they want to hop out here and they don't have the foundation. And then when they get, and let's just say you are constantly taking shortcuts in how you do the loan closing. And then all of a sudden, you're sitting there in front of an escrow officer or underwriter or a mortgage person, and you done did this shortcut of signing and stamping all the documents before you got there, which you ain't supposed to do.
Mm.
Now what you gonna do? Because sometimes, because see, it's about conditioning. If you're not conditioned to be able to write your name, all of that stuff, without having everything pre-done, and that's why some notaries run from last minute signings, because they feel they need to have 2 to 4 hours of prep time. But where I made my money and where I shined the most with these companies was with the last minute ones, and being able to get out there and do it when nobody else would. You see, so that's the kind of stuff that I'm trying to get the men to understand, how to move that business. Because I'm just being honest, I think I've been doing pretty good, because like I said, my son is in the business now. And what told me that I must be doing something right was that he came to me one day and said, Dad, I see you've taken this notary thing and turned it into a real business, and I want to do it too. I see that you made this into a real business and making real money, and I want to do it too. That's where I want the men to get to where you're doing your business in such a good manner that your wife, your son, my wife already said, if she wasn't running her cosmetology school, she would hop in here and do the notary business with me, because she
Mm.
is even more attention to detail than I am. Okay. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then when you're out there, and I run the business in such a way that I got people, after one signing, they're signing up to be a notary, because they see how smooth I make it. And they're like, okay, well, you got this thing down pack. You know what? I think I can do it too. And next thing I know, I get an email coming from somebody or a text message. Yeah, I signed up. I'm like, signed up for what? Yeah, I'm a notary too. I'm watching your videos. I'm like, and this is somebody I just did a loan closing from 2 or 3 days ago. So
So,
how you
Griff,
carry yourself? What's up?
I gotta ask a question. So, I
Oh, go
mean,
for
I got a lot of couples,
it. Mm-hmm.
and like this is one person, for example, like Miss Alicia, her husband are, but they're both notaries together and they're business owners together. So, you thought about something, maybe doing a couples thing.
Yes, I
I'm a
have.
single person, so I mean I could bring a date though. Like, don't get me wrong, I can get somebody to come and I
Well,
could be a couple.
you got that guy that was trying to pay that money. I'm sure he'll
Oh
slide up in there
no, he
with you.
got that no, I got some other people that I like.
Oh, okay. I mean, you ain't gotta like him. Well, no. Me and my wife was talking about this a couple of
Cause
months
here,
back.
someone else.
And yes, we want to do it. I gotta coordinate with her schedule. Um, and more than likely, it will be like on a Sunday. It will have to be on a Sunday. And I need to find out from her what Sunday is best for her, because I'm wide open on Sundays, but Saturdays is her day of rest. She don't do anything on Saturday. She chills because she's working Monday, Sunday through Friday at the salon doing her teaching and stuff. So by Saturday she's done. So she's chilling, relaxing, recuperating. But I'm thinking on a Sunday, because one of the things that I learned that needs to happen with couples, they need to know how to work together. And the reason
Mm.
why I say that, this is what years ago, I mean, years ago, probably when I was LaShawn age, I can tell you the exact time period. It was during 9/11. When 9/11 happened,
Oh, I
me
was
and my
in
wife,
middle school.
Oh well, no, I wasn't LaShawn's age then. But when I was in with doing 9/11, I had lost my job and I was trying to find a way to make money. A little card came in the mail on delivering newspapers. I mean, telephone books, and you got paid 10 cents a book, and you dropped off two books at a time. So me and the wife, we worked it. I mean, we went out there and made over $1,500. And you divide 20 cents into 1,500. That's a lot of doggone books to get $1,500. So me and her decide, okay, we need to do this to make to make ends meet. I'm fresh out the military. I don't have a job. Kids are hungry. I'm hungry. All of that stuff. So a couple of years later, I'm finally at work, making good money, and I was talking to this gentleman, real nice guy, and I told him I was, giving him the story about what me and my wife did for the phone books, and he looked at me and said, "Griff, how in the world did you get your wife to deliver $1,500 worth of books at 10 cents a piece?" He said, "Me and my wife can't paint a wall together without arguing." And I was like, wait a minute. When he said that, it was like something clicked. And I was like, oh snap. In my mind, I'm like, I thought all husbands and wives work together because we not didn't always agree, but when it came time to get something done, we was like bump the dumb stuff. We gonna get this done. Even to the point where the following year after doing the phone books, when I had a job, my wife went out there and delivered $600 worth of those phone books just so she can have money for the boys to have school clothes. And now here's another way how we work together. I was collecting unemployment, but in order for me to continue to collect unemployment, I could not be making any additional money. So all the work that I did, the whole phone book thing was in her name. She allowed, and I told her, I said, babe, all I need you to do is let me put it in your name. I'll do the work. You collect the check. And she was like, well, I can get out there and work with you and help you out. And that's what she done. And me and her have always done that. So one of the things that I've learned is that couples have to learn how to work with each other. And then we also have to learn how to read each other to know when to step in and give them some help, when to help them to stop and slow down and rest. I mean, she'll pull in and she'll be like, okay, Griff, you got to rest. You up too late, and then I'm sitting here watching her flow and I'm like, okay, yeah, the wife is tired. Let me go help her out. And all of that stuff helps fortify the relationship as well as put your spouse in a position to actually be successful in their business. But if you're just with blinders on, worrying about what you're doing, and she worrying about what she's doing, you can miss some critical things that could affect the family negatively. So it's real, real important to balance it out. So that's why now I know I'm not doing signings at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. I do it maybe at 6 and 7. And I'm just trusting, okay, I keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to still make the money because I could be out there to 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, but things have changed in our family dynamics to where, nah, it'll be best if I don't. Right now, it'll be best if I don't. So that's something that we want to talk about. Me and her have been talking about this since probably February, March, to do.
I think you should do it, Greg, because I'm single, so I'm speaking from single perspective. I'm like, you got to work to 10, 11 at night, type of
Hmm.
thing. I'm single, but I mean, I have a child too, so like, I have to draw back on certain things so that I can make sure I balance my time and stuff. But like, I don't have nobody that I need to be. I don't have no obligations, I should say.
Hmm.
Even though people put obligations on me, if I want to work to 1, 3 in the morning, I can do that. you know.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about what anybody has to say or anything. I don't have to compromise at this point, you know.
Right.
And I kind of teach from that perspective, but you know, I
Mm-hmm.
never really thought about the couples and stuff. And my mom, like, well, everybody need to be up working, you know. But I guess
Yeah.
it's good to have that balance.
Yeah. And see, I mean, I'm the type like I'll be here at the house working till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, doing my other business stuff. So I do my notary stuff, then I do my other business stuff. But I started looking at the landscape of what we got going on, and I was like, well, I need to be at home. It's just something, just something I said, okay, I need to be at home. And then once I realized, I said, well, I'm making the money that I need to make. I'm hitting my goals. So I don't need to, I said, I need to preserve my energy. However, if the time came to where I needed to do 8 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock signings, I can. But right now, I don't need to. So I said, while I don't need to, let me work this other stuff that I can do that's bringing me money in and just keep it balanced. Wait, what's going on, Victor? My man,
I ain't
Victor.
never seen him over here. Griff, you done what you brought
What?
him over here? Vic, I
Oh,
never seen him on my live.
oh, snippety
How you
snap.
doing, Vic?
Oh man.
I never seen him over here. So you must have texted him and told him to come on over here. But I'm just
Yeah.
messing with him. But great, Vic, you have a really great he has a great channel and
Yes.
he talks about general notary work and really building your business. But he's also a real estate agent. If I'm
Correct.
not, am I right? Okay.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
also
real
a real
estate
estate
agent.
agent. I'm lying. Maybe you be under a different profile. You don't be under this one then.
Hmm.
Or you don't never say nothing if that's the case. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the reason why, on the main thing is that I mean, like I said, I know as men, once we just grab the bull by the horn and we just like, yo, what's going on, Patrice? We just gonna do it. But my success has truly come from listening to other men, even, and it's not so much about just men who are quote unquote more successful than me, but men, just listening to other men's insight and their perspective on things. And I'm like, okay. And sometimes it's like, okay, man, that's where his mind is at. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm not there yet, but then I find out later on, like 5 or 6 years later, I'm in that space, and it's like, man, okay, this is what old boy was talking about 5, 6 years ago, and now I'm there, and because I heard that little nugget back then, I'm actually able to move in that space, and it's not stressing me out because I'm like, man, just like the dude told me, he said, man, as you get older, your capacity to put up with BS from people greatly reduces. And he said, when you hit 50, it really gets small. Now, had he not told me that, I wouldn't have understood why my attitude sort of changed.
Shifted.
Yeah, it shifted big time. I was like, and another guy
How
had
about in
told
the
me,
30s? I feel like I don't have time for nobody's shenanigans. Like I'm like I don't have no time for it. It start a
true,
little bit. I really don't have no like. The minute I feel something, I'm like, all right, have a good day. You like that's just I don't have time for. I really don't have time for it.
yeah. Well, one dude told me he was in his mid 30s, and he told me when I was in my 20s, he said, Griff, when you hit 30, your mind going to change. He said your whole idea of life is going to shift. And I didn't get it at the time. But when I hit 30, there was stuff like I was not so excited about looking at football and following sports. And then I started looking more. I'm like, you know what? I really need to develop my family. I need to develop us and make sure that we're together as a unit so that nobody can come in and divide us. I need to make sure that my sons understand who I am as a man and what I can provide them and teach them and help them accomplish as young men. And then I need to make sure that my wife understands that I got her back, whatever it is she decides to do. And then I had to learn how to accept the love and the help and everything else that my family was putting toward me. And I was like, okay. And when you and when you start really trying to develop the family, the amount of time you're looking at the game and other things and hanging out at Buffalo Wild Wings just isn't conducive depending on where you're trying to go. Now, if you're still trying to just hang out with the fellas, you don't have no aspirations. But I started having some different aspirations, and I was like, I got to change my mindset. And I'll be honest. See, like a lot of people now are talking about real estate investment trusts for as investing. I learned about that way back when I was in my 20s. But because I didn't have people around me to tell me or encourage me or to show me, hey, yeah, investing in real estate investment trust is a thing that you should do, I didn't do it because I was worrying about trying to be along with the group. And I had learned real quick. I said, okay, I gotta learn how to be an individual, but take advantage of the knowledge that's within the group. So now I do the things that I need to do. But back then, I'm like, man, because real estate investment trust, they pay out 90% of their profits back to the shareholders. Just imagine had I bought it. Another point, when gold was $200 an ounce, I was going to buy it, but all the fellas who I was hanging around with, and that's why you got to be with the right folk. They was like, "Nah, man, don't do that." Now, and I was going to do one simple thing. I was going to borrow $10,000 and buy $10,000 worth of gold at $200 an ounce. Gold is over $2,000 an ounce. I will be set, or semi set, or at least a quarter set, or something. I would be some kind of set. Had I done that, but I wasn't around the right people. And those people, and see, back then I was listening to the Robert Kiyosaki's, the Tony Robbins, but the crowd that I was hanging with, they was like, man, you don't need to be listening to them. They don't know what they talking about. Man, that ain't for the brothers. That ain't for this group. That ain't for, I was like, but in my heart, I was like, no, they are. So now, years later, I'm like, let me get back to what I know that I need to do for me. And that right there has started catapulting me toward my notary success and everything else, and I'm loving it, so I just want to be, just a catalyst or an avenue to just help the fellas get focused, because sometimes you got to clean house, and you got to let Ray and Pookie them know that, look, we can do this together, or I got to go. We still cool, but it's just
No,
certain things.
no, we not cool no more either because that leaves the door open. No, we is not cool. We is only gonna be cool is if you understand my mission and my vision and where I'm trying to go. Either you try and come with me or you gonna get left behind. We is not
But
gonna be cool because I
but
learned that when you keep the door
Pookie still.
open,
But see, the problem is, Pookie still be having that stack, so I might need to get a little money from him every now and then. No, I'm just messing.
Pookie didn't make a choice. At the end of the day, like sometimes I think the hardest thing is cutting people off, especially if you have relationships with them. But once when you really are in a different phase in your life and you're really trying to transition into building wealth,
Mm-hmm.
you literally have to just get rid of them. Like I used to do the thing of like I just hang on to them a little bit and we'll just go out. But you know what? Then they turn into a whole distraction because it's still a relationship. They still want to hang out. You still gotta talk to them. No, they just gotta go. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them where you want to go and what your plan is. And if they don't understand and they don't want to understand, hey, they don't need to be there.
And
At
people
all.
intend now the weird thing for me, I really haven't had to cut too many people. I mean, I've cut people loose, but really people have been walking away from me. They tend to walk away from me because once they see that, okay, we not swaying Griff, he's gonna stand. Next thing I know, I don't get the phone calls from him no more, no more text messages. They go about their business, and I'm like, all right, and sometimes men have a hard time listening. Now, here's the biggest thing. This year's the hardest part that men have to break through. we tend not to listen to somebody because we don't think that they're on a certain level.
Mm.
Because we compare, it's like, okay, well, here's Griff, but he's not like we'll just say like a TD Jakes. He's not like a
TJ,
this
can we
person.
use somebody else, please?
I'm just saying from the popularity standpoint, because some guys like to
Okay.
hang with people because they popular.
Mm.
He's not like, let's say, a Shannon Sharp, ex-football
Okay.
player on TV. He's not like a LeBron James. He's not like, he's not on it. So what can he teach me? And as I was growing up, I was always told even a wino can teach you something. And there's drunk people that'll be out there. They might be drunk, but they got a little common sense and they can tell you something. It's like, okay, if you listen to them, you can learn from anybody. You can sit there and look at the
Mhm.
trees and look at like, okay, well, the top of the trees blowing pretty rough. Okay, that might be a high winds coming down. You know what? Let me carry my butt inside. You know what I'm saying? You can learn from anywhere if you're willing to learn. So what I've done is I'm willing to listen to anybody, take what they say, put it into my little box and shift it around and dissect it and all of that, ask questions, make sure I understand what they mean. And then say, okay, now that I understand what they mean, the question is, can I apply it in my life right now? If I can, cool. If I can't, I don't throw it away. I just set it off to the side because at some other point in time, here's the other thing. One or two things going to happen. Down the road, I'm going to be able to use it for myself, or I may come across somebody who can use it. And many times, information that I've learned, I've never been able to use it for myself, but I ran across other men who've been able to benefit off of something that I learned from someone over here. So I don't look at people, other men, as unless they carry themselves or present themselves in a way that's clearly, you know what, nah, that dude he ain't about nothing. But I don't get caught up in the excitableness of other people. I'm like, okay, be who you are, but let me hear the essence of what you're talking about. And how can I really, once I get rid of all the excitableness, what are you saying? What is the foundation of what you're saying? And once you understand that, then you can say, okay, yeah, this is a cool dude. I can learn from him. Now I may not follow him coat and tail like a little puppy dog, but I might be with him from a distance, but I'm still gleaning from him. And what I can use, I use. What I can't, I don't necessarily throw it away. I just set it off to the side and keep going. What's going on now? So that's
But
why I
when
have
is
the
the
men's get together.
workshop,
Well, it's this
Griff?
Saturday. It's this Saturday at 2 Eastern time. So give the people in California time to get up and everything and eat some breakfast or some lunch
Oh,
and
the twenty
join.
first.
Yeah, on the 21st. um, and there's some guys, hopefully, if they're able to join, hopefully Dr. Tech will be able to get in. He's out there in California. There's a guy up in Maryland, Stanley. I always like to hear him speak because he works out of Maryland, which there's a lot of guys who are in Maryland, title producer state. So he has a lot of good information
They need to
about
link
that.
up with Miss shoot Nicole A. Bob.
Okay,
She has been around for years in teaching, um, specifically with Maryland. And she's in Maryland. And that's her thing. Like that this is she's Maryland. She's all Maryland.
gotcha. All right, well, I wrote her name down, and I'll get her information and pass it
Okay.
on to the fellas.
Then she's the
But
Maryland Notary Training Network, if I'm not mistaken. Just correct me if I'm wrong. You know what? Her name is real easy. I think it's McCole. She said it's like Nicole, but I think
mhm,
it's McCole. But I think she's the Maryland Notary Training Network or something. Yeah, look, Maryland, her baby. That's what
mhm,
I don't mess with people in certain states. Someone told me to come to Maryland, so I think someone already over there.
mhm.
That's kind of her. Oh, Notary Training Network. I'm sorry, that's what she is on social
Okay.
media.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. And like you said earlier, a safe place for the men to get together. As I told the men, this year's a thing of your cameras are on, none of this hiding stuff, because if we met face to face or went out to the game together, you ain't sitting up there hiding and stuff. Men, like, as men, we need to be able to see each other, look each other eye to eye, talk face to face.
I think people should do that in general.
Correct.
There's a lot of, I feel like with, but see, that's the difference between the men and the women, to be honest. Because I feel like with the females, we're more like, we going to tiptoe around people's feelings. And if there is a woman who's pretty assertive about certain things, she is definitely looked upon a certain way, you know. Because with the female, it's like an emotional thing. Because some females, they don't like the way they look and stuff like that. But I think
Well,
with the men, y'all more like, y'all kind of straight up, I
yeah.
guess.
Well, I mean, if you already know that the event is in 2 weeks, so you got plenty of time to get a hair appointment and get some, some fashion fair and everything, and throw a little, look
No
good on and
excuses,
all of
Griff. I
that.
need, I
So
need to be like, no excuses,
I mean,
Griff.
because think about it. Why would you? I say take these Zoom meetings and online meetings as serious as you would if you was trying to introduce yourself to a title officer. You wouldn't go there looking like anything. You would get yourself prepared. So when we get together, as yeah, I wasn't going to talk about the bonnet, but I'm just
Oh,
saying,
that's a whole. I don't know who brought. Hopefully, no one on here is old enough in the bonnet phase. I think a lot of my audience is older, so
yeah,
we don't participate in the bonnet,
right.
the
But my
bonnet thing.
thing is, I mean, if you trying to interview for a job and they told you to get on Zoom, you ain't going to turn the camera off. You're going to get yourself together. So it's also, to me, a way how you show how well you respect what you're doing. If you respect what you're doing and you respect the people who are putting the event on, then you come in there prepared. You don't come in there, you know, in my opinion, still in your pajamas and all of that kind of stuff and everything. I mean, I'm fine with the pajamas overall, but I'm just saying there's a certain way you carry yourself, because it's too much of people saying, well, I'm just relaxed here, but when it comes time for show, oh, I'm ready. I can pop and I can throw on and I can be dressed. And I'm like, how about just doing that all the time? I
If
got
you
people
stay
who,
ready, you don't gotta get ready.
right. I mean, I got people, look, the other day when I cut my grass, I cut my grass in my regular collared shirt. No, I didn't change. There's guys out here in my neighborhood.
You didn't change your clothes,
I ain't
Griff.
even changed. I grabbed that lawnmower because I was
You
trying
was
to get
proud
it
of that
before.
grass because I seen the pictures and he did the video. I said he proud of that. I said
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I love my grass. Yeah. So I was like, nah, let me go on and cut that bad boy. But I mean, I had this guy that's in my neighborhood. He's like, Griff, do you ever wear shorts? Because every time I see you, you in long pants and a collared shirt. And I was like, okay, what's it to you, man? I'm like, you gonna? I'm like, why are you worried about what clothes I wear? Because he's always in shorts
Right.
and everything. And I'm like, look, I have a reason for dressing the way I dress and everything. So I'm always prepared, ready to go. And there's sometimes when I do my house inspections, I'll carry an extra set of clothes with me just in case my stuff get messed up. But I'm just saying, if we're gonna do a Zoom meeting, training session, be prepared. Get yourself in the mindset, because you would not treat any other opportunity out there like that. If somebody said, hey, we're going to have a Zoom meeting where we have these title companies who are interested in some mobile notaries, using mobile notaries because, we about to do a shutdown. Y'all will be out there talking to your hairstylist, your barber. Yo, man, I don't care. I'm gonna sit here until 2 in the morning. You're gonna get me fresh. You're gonna spray the little fibers in my head. You're gonna get my lines straight. You're gonna do that. So we
Mm-hmm.
should do that for each other. As colleagues, we should do that for each other and show that same respect and everything. That's where I'm at. So somebody asked, about going
Yes,
direct.
Shalom.
Yeah, somebody asked
Oh,
about going direct.
Samoa. Here it is.
If you can get direct, cool. If you, I just get the money where it comes.
I believe in going direct, but also, I think a lot of people skip certain phases of their business and they focus on going direct before actually establishing their business. So again, back to general notary work.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that a lot of people just skip over that and they don't establish themselves. They rely on companies to give them work, being signed up with companies, but that is just as important. But it is just as important to make sure that you take care of yourself first, because to be honest, if you have to build some type of foundation, because you don't know where you're. I mean, you can have a plan. Um, no, well, you can have a goal, but the plans may change within that goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that everyone should be at least set up, establish yourself first, because you never know what you want to do. You might decide I'm going to start my own signing company, you know, and you can literally just start something. If you set up a foundation first, you could build on that foundation easily.
Mm-hmm.
People just go direct and then you turn around, like for example, if something happened and you're not getting no sign-ins or anything, and they be like, oh well, we lost that client, because signing companies rely on relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And if they lose a relationship with the company, then they don't have that signing, and then they can't give work to nobody no more. So
Right.
that's you relying on someone else, and it might be your moneymaker and you'll completely lose them. Or the I had a student who actually had I had a student who actually, she works direct, and what happened with her was the title company had got a new they changed the management. And when they changed
Mm-hmm.
the management, they didn't want to use outside, they didn't want to use her no more,
Mm-hmm.
or any notaries. They just wanted to strictly work with the signing company. And she lost her direct just like that. I mean, she wasn't out, completely out, because she had other people, but that's just an example of making sure that you're established for anything,
Mm-hmm.
because anything can happen. Um,
Yeah, yeah, and I've heard stories where people. I mean, because I do know, like with the directs,
mhm,
they work. I think based on how many people they have in the office, they can only handle but so much work. So if you have a title company that has 7 people, they can. I mean, how much work can they actually handle a month? If they say, well, my our pace is 200 closings a month, okay, that's cool. But if they got 12 notaries and they trying to divide those 200 closings between 12 notaries, you ain't really getting a whole lot, you
mhm,
know, and everything. And like here in Virginia, every time I went to a title company, they just flat out looked at me like, look, we got 8 notaries here. We got 6 notaries already in house. We don't need you. I was like, okay. So I had no choice but to use signing companies. Now, after 4 years, some of those companies are swinging back around and starting to use mobile notaries more because the people in their office have gotten sick or retired, and they're having a hard time hiring new people to be notaries and stuff. So they're like, okay, cool. So now I'm starting to get a few direct clients here and there. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I don't have a problem working with them. It's just that when I was trying, they was like, and this is back in 2018, 19, and early 2020, they was like, we don't need you. We good.
right. But you know what? Another thing too, that's why I'm so big on like establishing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when COVID had happened, the title companies here, like they were shut down for like a week or so maybe, but then they had opened back up. And they normally will work with signing companies, but what they did was they went on Google to find mobile notaries, and they called me, and and they asked me, did I know people to help them out, because they were doing curbside closings and they
Mm-hmm.
needed notaries. And just imagine, honestly, if I was never established, never went through, set up my stuff and built my business online, They
Mm-hmm.
would never found me. They would never have found me to use me directly. So I guess she's kind of asking like, I want to go direct while working with signing services. I mean, you can do that. I
Yeah.
mean, it takes time. You want to make sure you're really proficient, but I don't know like what state you're in either.
Yeah. It all
You
depends
can
on what
start going
state
to
you're in.
networking events. I know here, particularly the real estate business, they really it's all about network. So you really just can't call and just show up with gifts. Like you actually have to be active in the real estate community somehow, some way. Even if just go to every event, just show up, just be there. Every real estate event that they have, just go there. Like when they the title company here, they used to love parties. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
just show up to their parties, just be the notary. I promise you, the more that they see that you showing up and that you really want to be part of that community, they will
Mm-hmm.
accept you. But too many people sometimes try to just, you just want the sale and you just want the transaction and you don't actually build that relationship. They just looking at you like, okay, they're gonna treat you how you treat them. Oh,
Right.
okay, their transaction. But if you
Mm-hmm.
really want the work, like how you really want it, you have to build a relationship with those
Right.
people.
You got to know
Show
how to
up.
hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because one of the things, like one of the strategies that I started using in Virginia was getting connected with real estate agents. And as I started getting connected with real estate agents who had some pull with the title company, like here's one of the situations I came into. Um, the lady wanted a notary to help out during Christmas. And what the issue was that the title company didn't want children in their office when they did the closings. Her personality is, I don't want to tell my clients they can't bring their kids to the closing. So she talked to her people at her real estate office and they said, no problem, they can come. But now she need to get a notary because that same title company, they're not sending their notary to her office. Their in-house notary is not leaving the house. They're staying in that office. So she's like, now I need a notary. So she went on Facebook and this person who knew me told her about me. And I wound up doing several closings for them. All because she had the a power and the influence with the title company to say, hey, I'm gonna get my own notary. Y'all do the closing, y'all get the documents together. And matter of fact, we'll print them here at our office. I'm gonna get my own notary. That's what she did. It was, and she wasn't worried about me being NNA certified, none of that. She was just like, you a notary? Yeah. You know how to do loan closings? I said, yeah. She's like, come on down. And that's how I got in. And then the title company started using me.
Okay, Lavina, I'm this probably gonna be the last question because it's 9 o'clock and I gotta go live on Instagram for a little bit too.
Yes, ma'am.
She said, I want to do general notary work, but can't do any until after 3. To be honest, that doesn't matter. Um, I'm not sure like how you're marketing. Um, I'm not sure are you going to people and talking to them, but I'll be honest with you, the best way to market general notary work is online. 100% online. And setting up systems a little bit so it could be automated where people could send you forms or they could schedule an appointment with you and pay. You can even get it set up like that. But to be honest, a lot of general notary work honestly does take place in the evening. Like, I mean, I'm like, I can just let me just pull up my phone real quick. Like, people rarely do. I don't know who's this. Look, let me look. This is 4 calls.
Mm-hmm.
8:24, 1:28, 8:27 p.m. And that's just all. Well, shit. That's what's today.
19th.
Oh, dang. Well, it's a whole lot of missed calls on here. But those are all the ones that's in the evening. And even like when I read the text message, most of the people want to meet someone that's going to be available in the evening. It's just that with general notary work, the biggest thing is making sure that making sure that you're actually available in the evening. Like that's one thing about journal work. You may have to be available in the evening, but I mean it's only like a 5-10 minute job.
Mm-hmm.
at the most. If you there longer, that's kind of on you. I'm not sure what you're doing, but you shouldn't be at no general notary work appointment longer than an hour. And even with traveling, like sometimes, I know we all want to make money, but if someone's like really just out in my area, like if it's longer than 20 minutes, um, I'll just tell them, I will give them another notary. I will tell them to look for someone else. But if they really need me, I mean, I'll let them know it'll be a little bit more because it's outside of my area. But that is pretty much how you can do general notary work. To be honest, it's good that you're available after 3. Like you
Mm-hmm.
don't with loan sign. Actually, a lot of this work takes place in the evening. I mean, some of it take place during the day. Don't get me wrong, but honestly, being in the evening is great. I mean, I'm not sure if you work or anything full time. So I mean, you will have to make sacrifices a little bit, and maybe after work, you just get straight into doing loan signings. Here, Makosa set realistic expectations for when you're available. Yeah, I mean, this you're not going to be available 24/7 unless you want to be. You could put that you're available. If somebody, even if you have that you're not available in the middle of the night, if somebody needs you, they're gonna blow up your phone. They're gonna call you. But Griff, we been here. I've been here for a hot little minute.
Yes, ma'am. I got to
Thank
get
you
myself
for
prepared. Oh, no problem. Thank you. And again, fellas, if
put the link in
notary
the
help
chat.
at griffinnotary.com, notary help at griffinnotary.com. If you got any questions, go to my channel, Griffin Notary Services on YouTube. In the last 3 or 4 videos, all of the registration stuff is in there, as well as on the community tab. Listen to what LaShawn said and do the general notary work, and it will pay off. It truly will. She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, I believe it. Like there have been times I wish I would have known about that because I mean I have like some audience too, especially like my older ones who
Hmm.
they don't want to be, especially if they're retired. They're not trying to work all hard like that, printing off all these papers and getting all this equipment. They just want to show up, stamp, and go home. You know,
Hmm.
um, so that's why I'm an advocate for general notary work because it's less stressful um, on everybody and on you. The thing is about general notary work, it requires a lot of it could require funds kind of to set up a little bit, but you can really get started for free. But you definitely can get set up with general notary work a lot easier than doing loan signings, in my opinion.
Who are you asking they take PayPal, her or me?
This somebody, but PayPal. I mean, Griff, you probably got a view. I personally not a PayPal fan. No. And the only reason I don't take no PayPal's, I don't even use PayPal in another institution now.
Hmm.
I just don't like the fact it don't really protect the it don't protect like the business owner as well. I mean, even
Correct.
though like I can screenshot and it's too much of a process to get my money back, and
Right.
I personally don't like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
personally not a fan of PayPal. Like I use PayPal for like when I'm buying something overseas, but for a service based business, no.
Yeah.
And they really don't. I mean, let me not say it because I don't want them coming over here suing me.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
I
use
don't think
PayPal.
they're
I have
good.
to use PayPal for the Zoom. For my Zoom webinars, like the registration, the payment for that has to go through PayPal.
You don't have
Then
Stripe? I don't.
Zoom isn't set up to use Stripe.
They
I have
didn't.
Stripe. Yeah. They
Well, what you
interface with.
could do is Griff. Um, you could download Zapier,
Hmm.
create a landing page. We would probably have to tap a little techie stuff,
Yeah.
but you could probably create. I don't know what you use on the landing page, but maybe you can have it set to where as though whenever someone, I will have to know what you're going to use on your landing page, but you can have it set to where as though when someone signs up and pay. Do you have Square?
I got Square. Yeah. Most. Yeah. I got
But you
Square.
can integrate Stripe with your website, Griff. So
Well, what it is when you do the Zoom webinar registration, the one that you pulled up, that has to go through PayPal.
right, but what I'm saying is that on your WordPress website,
Hmm.
you can integrate Stripe,
Right.
right? and then on the back end you can have Zapier. And whenever someone purchased that product in your Stripe catalog, that automatically it will sign them up for this webinar.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay,
Gotcha.
we
I
need to
know.
get
Yeah,
rid
I'm
of
familiar.
PayPal. Well, if you like it, you can use it. But
Well, I'm just using it because that's what it is, and I just haven't had time to look at no other method.
okay, well,
But yeah, Zapier, Zaiper. That's the one you're talking about, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, I'm familiar with them.
All right, because we need to get rid of PayPal. I do focus on general naughty work. I'm not sure what you need help with, because there's so much with that. But Miss Better for me, we about to hop off.
Yep.
Um, you can leave a comment after this video or send one to the Facebook page, and tomorrow I'll look at it and I'll be able to help you. Or
All
doesn't
right.
allow to. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna go because I keep kicking on these questions. uh,
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, you can send that to me so I can understand your question. But I'm gonna go ahead and go, guys, and hop off. School has started back, so I gotta do it live on Instagram, and I gotta get the kids ready for bed because school is back up, and I got my son on the bedtime schedule here,
Oh,
and
okay.
I've been focusing on making sure he gets to bed on time every single page. Yeah, you can go on the Facebook page. I'm the Notary Institution on Facebook. On making sure he gets to bed on time every. Is that me? Oh, that's you. But everyone, you have a good night.
All
We'll
right
see
now.
you at can you get information on the sites later? What site? Okay, yeah, guys. So let me. This is Griff's information. Put that in the chat.
Okay.
And then I want to put my class information. And thanks, Kimberly, for signing up. And there was somebody else on here too that signed up. Dang, forgot her name already. I know it when I see it. All right. Well, good night, everyone. And we wish you best of luck. And we'll try to come back again and do some talk about general notary work and building a notary business. Make sure y'all check out Griff on Griffin Notary Services on YouTube. Make sure you like the videos and
That's
subscribe
right.
because that is what makes us grow and
Mm-hmm.
so that we can be encouraged and feel motivated so we can keep producing content.
That's
Because
right.
really we just looking at the screen and comments and we really don't know who really support us. So make sure you like the videos and subscribe so that we can keep providing really great value. But everyone have a good night.
All right now.
Toodles.
Y'all be easy. Peace.